Hello and welcome to The Print. I'm Akshayanath, Senior Assistant Editor, and joining me today are Sumanth Raman, Political Analyst, Brijesh Kalappa, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court, and also a former legal advisor to the state of Karnataka. And one of the hot topic between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, that is the Cauvery water issue. And after much deliberations, Karnataka has agreed to release 5,000 cusecs of water per day for the next 15 days. Now, the deficit till last week over the Kaveri basin was 41%. So the first question is, why has Karnataka not insisted on distress formula until now, Brijesh?
I don't represent the state of Karnataka, but I used to represent the state of Karnataka as to why the distress formula has not been sought or is not within my ambit. But I can tell you that as far as Karnataka is concerned, the rainfalls are in deficit. And when rainfall is in deficit, then automatically the mechanism which has been set by the Kaveri Water Disputes Tribunal that automatically kicks in, and then naturally the distress years, the kind of formula that is to be followed in distress years is followed. But as far as Karnataka's water releases are concerned, naturally we have not had deficit years for many years now, since 2018 when the Supreme Court passed its judgment. This was the first time that we are facing a deficit, and as to how this is to be handled is something which and this is also the first time that the new regime has kicked in, because till 2018 Karnataka had to release 192 TMC at Biligundlu. From 2018 onwards, it's 177.25 at Biligundlu. Therefore, for the first time, this kind of a regime is there. So this is the first time that there is a deficit in terms of water share. So this is perhaps a pioneer time for the mechanism to work out and to work itself insofar as a Supreme Court judgment is concerned.
Sumanth, we've also been seeing that, there have been multiple times when governments who are in ally would rule Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. But for years together, this issue just does not have a closure. Like year after year, we have seen, like when BJP state president here, Annamalai, was saying that we need water from Karnataka. And at the same time, we had the BJP government back then. Similar issues going on all the time. Same political parties having two different stands in two different states. What do we make of it, sir?
Before I get into the longer term position, let me just point out that in this year, the problem has arisen because of the deficit in rain is accepted. But calculating the deficit in rain, the Cauvery Water Management Authority issued an order asking Karnataka to release 15,000 cusecs. I think this was on the 10th of August. And initially, Karnataka said they would do it. Then the next day, they came back and said, no, we can't release 15,000, we'll release 10,000. And then 10,000 became 8,000. So the issue was that, look, Tamil Nadu is not expecting that come hell or high water, Karnataka must release 177. There is an understanding on the Tamil Nadu side that deficit will mean that the distress will have to be equally shared. So if there is a deficit of 41%, the quantum, you have to understand that the releases, almost 2/3 of the release of this 177 comes in 3 months, July, August and September, right? So for Tamil Nadu, it is very crucial that we get water at this time for the crops, standing crops in the Kaveri Delta. So the problem is, if you say you have a 41% deficit, what do we need to do? 740 TMC feet is believed to be the total capacity of the Kaveri basin, right? Based on this assumption only, this 177, 285, all of these calculations have kicked in on the basis of the 740. So how difficult is it going to be, give or take 5%, 10%, to calculate a distress formula? I mean, the whole purpose of the Cauvery Water Management Authority is only for, the Cauvery Management Authority is approached only when there is a shortfall. When there is excess rainfall, is Tamil Nadu or When there are floods in Karnataka, are they going to go to the Kaveri Management Authority, or is Tamil Nadu going to go? Nobody is going to go. So if they cannot come up with a distress sharing formula, the deficit right now is more than 50%. So if the rainfall deficit is 41%, the deficit in water release at the moment, I don't know about yesterday, but until 2 days back, when I was speaking to the Tamil Nadu the folks here in the PWD, they said that the deficit is close to 55%, vis-a-vis a 41% deficit in rainfall. So even if you look at it proportionally and say that rainfall is 41% deficit, what Tamil Nadu has got is still a 15% reduction from what we should have got if the distress had been shared equally. And that is, I'm not even getting into the storage position of the reservoirs and so on. The bottom line is there has never been an attempt to define the distress formula. Right, if you go back right from the early days, from the 60s and 70s and 80s, when the earlier agreements were being reviewed and all that, right to the final stage, the wording would always be a distress formula, quote unquote, would be worked out. So the assumption was every time there is a distress, the management authority or whichever, whether it was the water management board earlier or whichever was the adjudicating body, would work out this formula. And this time they gave the order and Karnataka said they will not obey the order. So it's a very, very difficult situation which forced Tamil Nadu to go to the Supreme Court. Otherwise, Tamil Nadu, had the water management authority's order been obeyed by Karnataka, there is no question of Tamil Nadu going to the Supreme Court because the authority has been set up only for this purpose. So I think we have to be realistic that this should not be politicized. And unfortunately, in Karnataka, again, this occasion, you have the BJP staging dharnas and protests and all that in different districts, and you have the state government taking a hard stand. So it's again being politicized.
So, I mean, my first question will be to Mr. Kalappa. It's to ask, so 2018 we received the order. I know you don't represent the state of Karnataka anymore, but when the verdict, the final verdict came out, shouldn't Karnataka have made this a priority, knowing very well that Karnataka is a drought-prone state?
No, it's not just Karnataka which is drought-prone. You see, the entire 740 TMC which Mr. Raman just spoke about, that water is assured in only 2 or 4 years. So therefore, there is bound to be a deficit in 2 years. And this is something which has to be taken into account for. 1. 2 is that just like Mr. Raman just very eloquently argued, that, when we have a deficit here, that deficit has to be shared. I agree. Then what about those years during which Karnataka has released far more waters than it is actually supposed to Tamil Nadu? See, the problem with both Tamil Nadu and with Karnataka is that there are no storage points, right? So supposing Karnataka, instead of 177 TMC, has released over 240 or even 260 TMC, Tamil Nadu has no wherewithal to hold it. So therefore, it all is released and wasted to the sea, right? Now, can Tamil Nadu point out even one location where it can say that, look, let's store water here? Can Karnataka say that let's store water here? Yes, Karnataka can. And that is Mekedatu. And that is the ultimate solution which both Tamil Nadu and Karnataka have to agree upon. Because if 67 TMC can be held at the border of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, and that is a Mekedatu, 67 TMC during the surplus years can be held year on year, year on year, as and when there is a deficit here. This 67 TMC of water can be made use of for these distress releases. And this is the very idea that Karnataka has been trying to, canvass before the Supreme Court. In fact, the Supreme Court has virtually said yes. But Tamil Nadu has a problem even with that. Says, no, you can't hold. Why? Because there is power being generated. That power which is generated thanks to Mekedatu can be used, right? 1. 2, whenever there is a deficit here, this huge amount of water which is held there can be released to Tamil Nadu. If there is a call to say that, look, 5,000 cusecs, release the 5,000 cusecs from this storage area. And this is the entire submergence is going to take place in Karnataka's territory alone. One. Two, as you know, gravity doesn't support that this water can be used for Karnataka's usage because, like I told you, this is the very last point just before Tamil Nadu. So, if Tamil Nadu thinks that this water is going to benefit Karnataka, that's not the case. One, clearly, of course, we will have a huge amount of hydropower. One. Two, second is that this water which will be held will inure to Tamil Nadu's benefit. And this canvassing continuously also doesn't seem to have registered with Tamil Nadu, nor with the political establishment, nor with the others. So therefore, the final solution, which is Mekidatu, is somehow elusive to both the people of Karnataka and to Tamil Nadu.
Mr. Raman, you want to respond?
Yeah. I think it is very simplistic the way Mr. Kalappa has put it. Look, I agree that there is potential to store a larger amount of water on both sides, and particularly in Karnataka, they have come up with this scheme for Meghalaya. Now, the point really is, what are Tamil Nadu's concerns? Tamil Nadu has been fighting a legal battle for the last 40, 50, 60, even earlier, in some form or the other, to get its fair share of water. Now, if Karnataka is allowed to build another dam, then Tamil Nadu will be completely at the mercy of Karnataka for getting any share of water at all. Now, at least in the excess years, Karnataka cannot hold back water. Some of that water will come to Tamil Nadu. Now, the point really is very simple. Is the water being let out into the sea? Yes, it is. Is it being wasted in the good years? It is. The point is, Karnataka has not proposed a compromise solution. They want control over the dam. For instance, you take Mullaperiyar. The Mullaperiyar dam is controlled by Tamil Nadu, even though the dam is physically located in Kerala. And that agreement has endured for decades now. So, can Karnataka come up with some innovative out-of-the-box solution where the control of the Mekadatu dam is given to Tamil Nadu? Why not? So, without that, it is not going to happen because this is an interstate river and the law clearly states without the consent of all the parties, you cannot build, disguising it as a drinking water project and all that will not wash, and everybody knows. Mr. Kalappa also knows it. We also know it that it is not going to happen in the near future. It can't be built.
Now, one of the concerns that Karnataka has raised specifically on this, that once water is released to Tamil Nadu, even when Tamil Nadu gets, better monsoons, say either the southwest or the northeast monsoons, then the water cannot be brought back to Karnataka. So Karnataka has to hedge its bets, hold on to the water for as long as possible. But it accuses Tamil Nadu of then, releasing too much water or overutilizing water because the area of agriculture has increased in these delta regions.
Sharan, the whole logic that Karnataka is releasing water to Tamil Nadu is itself flawed. The river belongs to both parties, and a central adjudicating agency has decided that this is Karnataka's share and this is Tamil Nadu's share. So, Tamil Nadu is not saying, you instead of 177 per year, you have to give us 300 because we are going to irrigate more. No. What we do with that 177 is our business, is Tamil Nadu's business. Tamil Nadu is not going to go back to Karnataka and say, why are you giving only 177? You please give 200. The earlier accord said you will give us 192. We accepted that. There was a 15 TMC reduction in the final order. Between the previous order and this order, there was a 15 TMC reduction in Tamil Nadu share. Tamil Nadu accepted it. Said, finally, this matter is solved. We are going to get 177. We will figure out how to manage with that 177. Now, to again go and say that Tamil Nadu is utilizing, they are getting northeast monsoon. See, that is not the point here. That is not the issue here. Both states, see, the northeast monsoon is something which happens to occur in Tamil Nadu in October, November. And mind you, the whole state does not get the benefit of the northeast monsoon. It is extremely patchy in the Kaveri Delta area. The monsoon, the northeast monsoon predominantly hits the coastal belt, usually in the form of cyclones or in the form of low pressure or in the form of depressions. Some areas of the Kaveri basin, especially the coastal areas of the Kaveri basin, do get some rains. I don't deny that. But the point is that cannot be held against. All of these were arguments which were placed in the Supreme Court. This 177 order has come only after that. Though the people who went through the judges and those who argued have put all these points across. And if you see in the various orders of the court, it's clearly mentioned Tamil Nadu gets rainfall from the northeast monsoon as well. All the arguments that Mr. Kalappa has put forward have already been factored in deciding this amount of water. So 177, our point is nobody expects 177 to be given in a distress year. And that is unfair. You can't say whatever it is you have to give 177. No. But when there is a distress, the distress has to be shared. There will be crisis, there will be water shortage in Karnataka, there will be water shortage in Tamil Nadu also. So all that Tamil Nadu is saying, and I don't speak for the government, but my point, and I have discussed this with many people on the Tamil Nadu side, is that yes, we understand that there is a shortfall in Karnataka. All we are asking is for a fair distribution of that shortfall. That's all.
Mr. Kalappa, did you want to respond to that?
Yeah. What I wanted to say is that no state, and this is a judgment of the Supreme Court. It's called the state of Karnataka versus the state of Maharashtra. It's a constitution bench judgment. And if we propose to construct a reservoir within our own territory, we don't need to seek the permission of any other state. And this is a well-stated position. It's a constitutional judgment, a constitutional court judgment of the Supreme Court. It's titled 2009 SCC 572, and that perhaps Mr. Raman and the Tamil Nadu government can actually read. That is one part.
It does not apply to interstate rivers. That's my. It does not apply to an interstate river.
That refer to the Krishna River, which is also an interstate river between 3 states. So this is just for your information. Of course, I know that you're not a lawyer, and I'm also that you don't represent the state of Tamil Nadu. And I have the advantage because I'm a lawyer, and I've also represented the state of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu in the Kaveri water dispute. So I'm not making it a point of issue before Mr. Raman, because if you had Mr. either Umapati or somebody, that would have made more sense, because he would have also seen the force of what I'm saying. But that's a different matter. But I'm just pointing out what the position is. One. 2 is insofar as the water sharing part is concerned. Just now, Mr. Raman said that, what we do with our 177 is not the concern of Karnataka. Yes, I agree with that. But when more water is released, like I said, instead of 177, on an annual basis, 260 TMC, right? I think it's the right time now to ask Tamil Nadu that, look, show us where you can store water beyond 177. If you're in a position to store the water, please store it, because in good years, the idea is to store water and then use it during the bad years. I think there's nothing more, more fundamental than that. Now, if Tamil Nadu has some areas which can actually hold water, please point them out. To the best of our knowledge, the best of Tamil Nadu's knowledge, there are no areas where the water can be held, because Tamil Nadu is a plain state. It's a delta region. So therefore, there are no regions where it can be held. On the other hand, as far as Karnataka is concerned, Karnataka has come up with an area where it can actually be held, where power can be generated. Now, where we use our own resources, where Karnataka builds its own dam with its own resources, we employ our own monies, we employ our own resources, we submerge our own areas. And then Tamil Nadu says that, no, we want to hold the keys to that. I don't think that's one possible at all in a functional state. And also one. And 2, another point Mr. Raman said is that, no, we agreed with 177. They did not agree to 177, right? After the judgment of the tribunal in 2007, Tamil Nadu moved the Supreme Court just as Karnataka moved the Supreme Court. They wanted an allocation of 366. Karnataka, of course, wanted a different allocation. The Supreme Court said in its wisdom that, no, instead of 192, we cut it down to 177. Earlier, in fact, Tamil Nadu used to receive much more. They used to receive 205 TMC in 1991. And that too, the point of reckoning was not Beligundlu, it was actually Mekedatu. Sorry, in Metur, where it used to help Tamil Nadu to the extent of another 25 TMC. Therefore, 230 TMC used to flow on an annual basis. So, insofar as the legal battle is concerned, Tamil Nadu's share has consistently been coming down. Has been from 1991, 205 to 2007, 192, and the point of reckoning is Beligundlu, therefore minus 25 TMC. Then again, now in 2018, when the water share has further been cut down to 177.25. So therefore, I don't think it should be made a virtue of to say that no, Tamil Nadu has given up its share and so on and so forth. Right?
No, I did not. No, I did not say Tamil Nadu has given up its share. All that my point was, when that 177, 192 was the one which Mr. Kalappa was referred to, that was appealed against. But the 177, when we asked 192 is not sufficient, we need more. And the Supreme Court said, no, you need actually less, and we will give you only 177. That order, which came a few years ago, was not appealed by the Tamil Nadu government. The Tamil Nadu did not.
But where could you appeal, sir? That was the judgment of the Supreme Court.
I know, sir. I know. We didn't.
You appealed to what after the Supreme Court?
We did not. In fact, it was accepted. The second point, very important point, is this argument. Tamil Nadu's primary case before the court is that a reservoir across an interstate river does require the consent of all the parties, right? Including Puducherry and Kerala in this case, because it is not only between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, it is also Puducherry and Kerala. So let us be very clear on this. Had there been no legal restriction on the construction of this Mekedatu, do you think Karnataka would have been waiting for the last 10 to 15 years? This project has been debated for at least a decade, if not more. And if you go back into history, there are so many chief ministers who have given assurance that Mekedatu will be built. And to say that, Karnataka is a wealthy state, surely they could have rustled up the 5,900 crores that are needed for the project. So the fact that it has not been done for so long, clearly they are also well aware, despite what Mr. Kalappa says, that the construction will need the consent of Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry, right? Now, one other point is that, see, the point is, for a number of reasons, the Supreme Court may have in its wisdom, for instance, they have decided to set apart 10 TMC for environmental purposes and so on. And to contradict Mr. Kalappa, just last week, and Akshaya, you will also be knowing about this, the Tamil Nadu government is now working on a project to increase the storage capacity of the Metur Dam. Now, they want to increase it by 30 TMC feet. Whether that will be feasible is not known yet, but there is a proposal which is being studied now to increase the storage of the Metur Dam and take it up from 93 TMC feet to approximately 125 TMC feet. That is the proposal. Now, how long it will take, whether it will happen, we'll have to wait and see. But the point is, it is under study. Similarly, you will recall from Metur, there was no downstream flow into the Veeranam lake earlier. Then during Jayalalitha's period, the new Veeranam scheme was launched. Then there was a connection which was created for the water to flow from Metur to Veeranam, and from Veeranam the water to be brought to Chennai through those steel pipes. So Tamil Nadu has been making efforts to increase its storage. May not, as Mr. Kalappa says, I agree. Dramatically, have we built 5 reservoirs of 30, 40 TMC feet capacity in the last 20 years? No, we have not done that. And that represents a failure of the political leadership of the state. I am perfectly agreeing with Mr. Kalappa on that. That the political leadership in Tamil Nadu has not. In fact, most of our reservoirs that exist in Tamil Nadu were built during Kamaraj's time. And that was when the Congress was in power. Very little has been built in the last 50 years. So I agree with Mr. Kalappa on that. The Dravidian parties have not created the storage infrastructure which should have been done. But that is something which, is something which Tamil Nadu has to face. As far as this river issue is concerned, again, I come back to the same point. When there is poverty, the poverty must also be shared. When there is plenty, Plenty also has to be shared. The Karnataka, no, Mr. Kalappa says we are releasing excess in certain years. The excess is being released because they also don't have place to store it. So this whole argument that they are releasing excess water out of love is not right. They are releasing it because they don't have place to store it as well. So the point is this needs a mature approach. Why can't the Kaveri Management Authority say this is the method of calculation? Yes, there will be. It may not be 100% accurate, but I'm sure the best engineering brains are available in the country to sit and work on this and give us this formula. What is the capacity? How much of water has been received? How much of rainfall is deficit? Therefore, month on month, this is the formula. Publish the formula out. The average citizen can then know for himself. The farmer in Karnataka and the farmer in Tamil Nadu will both know that according to this formula, this is the amount of water which has to go. End of story.
So,
how do you do politicking on that?
So
can
my
I
question,
just come in if you don't mind? See, I think I don't know if I've not been able to convey myself appropriately, but I think it's very important to point out that it's not a failing of any Dravidian movement or any government that Tamil Nadu has not been able to build storages. If topography does not permit, no government can create storage. The topography must help for storages to be created, right? And in this case, in the entire Kaveri basin, topography only supports the creation of a dam in one spot, and that is in Mekedatu alone. I hope I've made myself clear. So it's only a question of topography. There's no question of interest of the states and the interest of some other state and so on and so forth. Topography does not permit the state of Tamil Nadu to create fresh storages. It's not possible for them to create fresh storages. In fact, the Mr. Karikala Cholan created the greatest storage way back 1,000 years ago. So beyond that, no more storages can be created, and that's a Grand Anacut. So therefore, I don't think we should put extra burden on ourselves, and let's understand the issue for what it is. We must understand that the water is a resource which is to be shared between the states. So what if water is being held in Karnataka? So long as it reaches, there must be an expansion of this kind of thinking. So first is, let the people of Tamil Nadu understand and learn to appreciate that, look, there is an extra storage point, which is at Mekedatu, which can hold about 67 km, which is a huge amount of water. If this area can be made some kind of a joint project, if Tamil Nadu steps forward and says, look, let's join hands, let's do it there, then I think it would be far more easier than Karnataka to keep on insisting, yeah, let's do it here. And this argument is not going to go anywhere. Because ultimately,
this has not been put as a joint project at all, sir.
Putting impediments, and then Karnataka will have to go through it. So ultimately, if people on both sides don't understand what the issue is and keep harping on petty issues, I don't think this problem will ever be solved. That's all I'd like to say.
So just asking the same thing from you, Mr. Kalappa, is, okay, now that you said, if Tamil Nadu steps forward, now I'm asking if, now that we have Congress as an alliance partner in Tamil Nadu and Congress ruling the state here, I mean, has there been an attempt, or does the same political party matter? Can they come up? Can they push for some?
I've spent many years in the Congress party. I've spent 25 years in the Congress party. I can assure you that the high command of the Congress party, and that requires a very tall leadership to do something like this, right? And that was only Indira Gandhi who could actually do something like that. That although in the Narmada, the Rajasthan state was not even a party, but yet they carried water from the Narmada to Rajasthan. In Chennai was not even a part, because no water from Krishna goes to Tamil Nadu. Yet Mrs. Gandhi said that 5 TMC from each of the states will reach Tamil Nadu. And Karnataka, Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh each gave 5 TMC to Tamil Nadu, to Chennai. So it requires a very tall leadership to do that. And I don't think Mr. Modi possesses that leadership. I don't think he possesses that leadership quality. But as far as the states of Tamil Nadu or Karnataka are concerned, of course, Congress party would be there. Congress party would be there here, and DMK is there. But I don't think this is ever possible, because ultimately there will be the BJP which is trying to shoot them all down and say that how are you going to release this water? So this kind of thing you cannot expect unless the chief executive, that is the Prime Minister, steps forward and says, no, this is the solution and we have to step forward on this.
You want to respond to that, Mr. Raman?
Just one point. See, I think the fears of Tamil Nadu are very clear. It is about loss of further control in terms of getting the water that is promised to them. So, Mr. Kalappa made this very important point about a joint proposal. I do not know officially if any joint proposal has so far been put forward. Mr. Kalappa may have an idea, but to the best of my knowledge, there has been no, let us both build the reservoir and have a central authority maybe, or a joint control or something like that. I don't think that has been proposed. So Karnataka says we will build it. Tamil Nadu says you can't build it, and the matter is going to go to court and be there for years together. The point really is that there has been no attempt at trying to look. I agree with Mr. Kalappa's point. Storing as much water as we can without dumping it into the sea is in both our interests. Logically, it is in the interest of both states. But the point really is, because of the history of what's happened and the fact that even as late as 2023, despite having won a verdict in the court, despite having a piece of paper, legal paper, which guarantees a share of water, we are still exactly where we were 10 years or 15 years or 20 years ago, pleading for water to be released. And water release ordered by the agency which has been set up by the Supreme Court to order the release of water is not followed. So I think that is the trust deficit that has arisen on this issue, which Karnataka needs to address. So some kind of a joint proposal, certainly the relationship between the DMK and the Congress is quite good. So potentially there is nothing which prevents the Karnataka government from coming up with some out-of-the-box solution. Otherwise, this was going to go on for years, and almost certainly it's extremely unlikely that it will get built. So one hopes that there would be some kind of an out-of-the-box proposal from Karnataka, where Tamil Nadu's anxieties and fears of further reduction in their share will be allayed completely. Otherwise, it's difficult to see this happen.
We are actually running out of time on this episode. Thanks a lot to Brijesh, Sumanth and Sharan to have joined us on this very heated debate on the Cauvery water issue, which generally happens all the time when Karnataka and Tamil Nadu meet. It was wonderful listening to all of you talk. Thanks a lot, Brijesh. Thanks a lot, Sumanth, and thanks a lot, Sharan, once again. I'm Akshayanath, Senior Assistant Editor, signing off.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Happy
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.